heck? Something just hit me in the head. It wasn't a falling branch. Nothing hit the ground. It wasn't a tree limb like I usually run into. Okay, that was really strange. Something just whacked me on the head. And there's nothing around here. Nothing fell on the ground. Maybe it was an owl. Let's see what this is. It was an owl. An owl dive bombed me. That's a first. Good morning, owl. I'm not a mouse. I'm a thru hiker. Yeah, you're calling in reinforcements now, huh? Can you believe that? 15 minutes into this hike today, I get dive bombed by an owl who's talking to his friends. Oh my gosh. All right, y'all. How about that for an early morning view? Shenandoah Valley. I am so not getting anywhere fast, but I thought this was cool up here on the rocky bluffs, looking down on the Skyline Highway with sun colors coming up. All right, friends, new issue has developed. I have like a lot of pain in my left foot, right above the big toe, not the big toe itself, but back behind it. Started yesterday and it still was hurting this morning when I put on my boots, walking down the trail. So I got off at this overlook to walk around on smooth surface because the trail's been super rocky, and it still was kind of hurting some, not as bad. So I took it off and it looks like it's all scraped up. So I'm thinking it's rubbing on the boot. So that's my hope. I taped it and I'm going to try walking like that. Hopefully that's it. Otherwise, of course, I'm a little bit nervous and scared that it might be something bone-wise. So cross your fingers for me. I hope it's not a bone thing. Okay, friends. I'm not sure how much you could hear when I was talking up on that viewing area parking lot. But basically, yesterday, the top part of my bone just above my big toe started really biting. It was like needles going into it. That's what it felt like. And I was really kind of worried about it. I did stretches last night. I took some Advil. I walked on it this morning. And it was still hurting. So I'm like, ah. Of course, my mind goes immediately to it's some kind of a bone fracture. Thinking, okay, hike's over and all that. So the reason why I went to that parking lot is it was really close to the trail. It was a smoother surface. I wanted to try walking on that to see if it made a difference. I was thinking of it as Mishap Medical Clinic because of a bunch of pain going on in my left foot. Unfortunately, the only provider there was Mishap MD, which stands for multiple disasters. So, excuse me. So I was really kind of worried about it because I'm like, well, if it's some kind of a fracture going on, I probably need to get off of it. So what I thought I'd do is I take off my boot, take off my sock, and it looks like it's really scraped up there. And it kind of makes sense because yesterday we had some steeper inclines and the day before I was going longer days and there was more of that rocky kind of stuff. So I could see that maybe it was pushing against that part of my boot. It's not as soft as a trail runner like all my friends get to wear. Um, so what I thought I would do is put some of my tape, foot tape, over that part of my foot. So I did that, walked around, and I also changed out the orthotic sole, which is thicker, put in the regular sole for the boot, which is a lot thinner. My thinking on that was give it a little more space, less abrasion. And so then I got back on trail and I've been walking a couple miles. Good news, going uphill, don't feel much of anything. Flat, don't feel much of anything. Downhill, feel a little bit yet, but it feels much more surfacey than pressing down deep. So I think Mishap MD might be onto something. Keep your fingers crossed. I'm hoping it's just that surface thing. I'm not too far from the next shelter, so what I'll probably do is add another layer of tape and or try a second sock just to put some more cushion in there and see if that doesn't resolve it. And if that does, I'm thinking I'll just go a little easier and let the skin heal. All right, friends, things are looking bright and cheery now. I just came across a picnic area. It's got a bathroom and water and trash. I don't need to go to the shelter now. That'll save over a half mile. Don't think I even told you what my plan was today because I was busy getting dive bombed and having foot issues. But there's a wayside, I think it was like 17 miles from where I camped last night. So my plan was to get up early and get there before it closes at 5, eat a lot again, and then hike another mile or so and find a nice ridge camp. And then we'll be poised to head out of the park, I think, tomorrow. "9:30, we made it to the 6.5 mile shelter. So considering we had to stop and doctor my foot and then stop and have pack explosion to get all my heavy stuff back in the pack, not doing too bad overall. I think this means we have about 10 miles-ish, 10 or 11 miles to go to get to the wayside. So we got a chance to do it. You're beautiful. Hope you have a good day, y'all. All right, friends, I ate a lot at this wayside, got all the electronics charged up. If Mishap MD is correct, I don't have a broken bone. What I have is a bad boot. I've had a bad boot before. Body memory is kind of going that direction. I took off both boots, walked around with a full backpack on, went up and down the ramp, no problem. Put on the boots, little problem. So I think it's a good indicator it is the boot. Crossing the Sky Highway one more time. And looks like we've gone 2.5 miles since we left the wayside in about an hour, so we're doing pretty good. My foot feels way better. I did stretch out the boot a little bit, so hopefully that helped. Check this out, this is pretty cool. Here's Skyline Drive. We can see over the same view as they do down there. There's an overlook on the Skyway Road. Here's the trail, and here's a view. Made to the shelter, and there was this as trail magic, one for each of us. Pretty darn cool. Thank you.
Yeah, like
Cold soaked ramen.